are live. Season 2, episode 19. The Larrys. Larry P. Two-time Stanley Cup champion, Larry Melnyk. Clint the Architect Bell.
And don't forget to get your brand new Clint toy.
Oh,
They're coming soon. They're
that?
coming soon to a store near you.
A very well-coiffed Clint Bell.
Yes. And also, don't forget, Larry is almost sold out.
Go Gators, Larry P.
That's
All
actual, Lawrence, that's actual size too right there.
Nay.
And of course, you can even get your own Larry M1 for free.
That's the actual size too.
Wow. Clint, you've been working hard.
Oh, gentlemen.
AI has been working hard, not me.
You look a little portly there.
Yeah, that's Clint screwing with my body again.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm concerned of this weight gain on your end.
Look at the beer cans.
Look at him. Stanley Cup champion.
Nice.
Golf clubs, bunch of empties, AC/DC. You got to
listen. 9 days in Vegas and then 3 weeks in Phoenix, you're going to gain some weight. And I think I did.
Okay. What's going on? How was your trip?
Good.
Welcome
really
to
good.
the party, Billy K.
Yeah. Billy Contratiti.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, the roving reporter's back.
The Cadillac Man.
Yeah. Big man. McManus River or whatever. What the hell ever. Where is he from? McManus River?
McManus River. The grumpy face. It is. I agree, Billy. Just like that little crab bit we did a couple weeks ago. He's a crabby guy. This is you.
I took an 8 on 18 to shoot a freaking 78. Pissed me right off. I should have shot like 75. But anyways, it was a good day.
You wear those shades on the course?
Yeah.
New outfit. Look good.
New outfit. Amazon, like $30 for Amazon fits me to like shoulders, pipes, everything. $30. You go to a golf store, you're gonna pay $100 freaking dollars at a golf store. I'm not doing that shit.
Very, very well coiffed.
Yeah.
Larry returning from yet another lengthy U.S. trip. This time to brother Paul Melnyk's compound outside of Scottsdale. No PBRs left in Arizona. Clint and I once again had to cough up the tariff for you and Rochelle. But we're glad you're back. Hopefully no medical issues and any surprise expenditures.
No, you know what? I was in the hot tub. So it was about 75 degrees. I was in the hot tub 5 times in one day, and I did get a rash on my back.
You did?
Yeah. So
not good.
I brought all the pills, hydrocortisone, anything you could probably put on.
That'll clean most things out of your system.
Yeah. So I put that on. I had to go to Walmart and see the local pharmacist, who was a pretty good looking lady, I might add. And I had to go back to her twice just to make sure that, anyways, so she hooked me up with some hydrocortisone. I was good to go. But here's the
about that. Did you do your traditional manscaping before the trip?
Lawrence, of course. So you have to. You have to. Like when you're half naked, sitting by the pool, you're in the hot tub with people you don't know. You can't have hair growing everywhere. You got to be manscaped with the broad.
I'm just concerned about the lower parts when you draw blood.
Nay. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it. Good. But here's the record that I don't think anybody's going to ever be able to match. And my wife, we were there for, I think, 20 days. We went to happy hour 19 days in a row. 19 days.
Excellent.
Every night.
Every night, like Vegas?
The drinks were anywhere from $3 to $5.50. But when we got into the pineapple martinis, that's when I went for a little hoo-hoo. So and the wife wasn't happy. And my daughter was there, and her boyfriend.
That's right, the boyfriend, the golf pro.
The golf pro was there. So I'll tell you one little. So the kid is unbelievable. He hardly plays because he's a teaching pro. But so we're at Arizona Grande. So I found some places that weren't $250 a round. This Arizona Grande is a resort, hotel, condos, whatever. Not the greatest course, but it's up and down hills. So we're at, I think, number 13 or 14. It's a 245-yard uphill, guarded by bunkers and everything. I take a 9-iron and hit it about 165 yards.
With a 9.
I get on in 2. He hits a 4-iron, 260 yards over the green, comes back and pars. So we both parred that hole. But the guy, he hits a 4-iron, 245. Pardon?
He hit a 4-iron, 265.
He hit a 4-iron about 250. Yeah. Uphill.
It's impressive.
Yeah. So no fooking with that guy. So anyways, we had some beers. I'm not going to tell you his name, but at 7:15 in the morning, he was cracking his beers because he was on holidays. I waited till 9:30, had a Bloody Mary with the cart girl. In Canada, the carts don't come out till 11. In the States, the carts are out at 7 o'clock.
First thing they're out there.
First thing. So it was a great trip.
That's good. So you won it over. Sounds like you had a good time.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Played some golf here. Was in Chicago a couple weeks ago. But
nice.
They're good. Weather's beautiful here. Have you seen your blind masseuse since you're back?
No. I'm just my wife can't believe it, but I'm already planning my next trip, and I've got a couple already booked.
Why don't you plan your next trip to Florida?
Not long.
The West Coast. You're in Vegas. You're in Arizona. Come to Florida now.
Nay. No. These are going to be all driven. I'm not getting on a plane till probably January. Can't do it. My butt gets sore. I get antsy. But here's the thing: because of your friend Orange Man, the plane down to Phoenix was half full. The plane back from Phoenix was half full. The tourism across to Bellingham, which is half an hour, to Point Roberts, is down 60%, if not more.
There's a lot of Canadians down here that would traditionally come down for the season, and they feel they're being chased out.
Yeah.
Now, my flights to Chicago and Vegas to see you in February, packed.
Yeah. Well, Vegas is going to be packed. Our flight to Vegas was packed too, but slowly but surely, Canadians are saying no. And hey, listen, I played in the States. The Americans were always good to me. The girls were always good to us. You name it, hospitality in general, going down to, and listen, I go to Walmart a lot. That's my store, just like Larry, the cable guy. And I go into Walmart and they're happy to see me. I'm going to go on Sunday morning to Walmart in Bellingham, which is half an hour across the border. And the girl will know me. And she said, golfing again? I said, yes, I am. Yeah. They don't do that in Canada. They can't even put their fucking head up to say hi when you walk into a store in Canada. That's how bad it is.
Oh, sorry to hear
that. It's bad. It's bad. The Americans are so much nicer in certain ways. And then other ways, well.
It's somewhat surprising because there's a lot of idiots.
Yeah.
In this state and throughout the U.S. And quite frankly, there's a lot of dissension.
As stated,
and we'll see how it plays out.
As stated before, Lawrence, we don't like people. They're just dumb.
We both agree on that 100%. We both dislike people.
Yeah, it's just dumb. So what do you got tonight? What's going on?
Have you had a facial recently? Oh,
I did.
Here, Larry doing his best Jacques Plant impersonation on the left. Now, on the right, is this before or after your treatment?
That's after. So I had my wife said that maybe we should do something together. So.
I didn't know you played goalie though back in the 50s.
Oh, you know what? In shinny and that, I was the best. I should have been a goalie. Seriously, I would have been better than that Frenchman.
You would have slashed. You would have been.
Oh shit! Yeah, I would have been Billy Smith, but twice his size.
You with the stick? Oh, you would have been a dirty goalie.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, that's the only way I could play.
Like a Walmart greeter and a hand inside him. I agree.
Yeah.
Billy Gay nailed it again. Now, your favorite rock and roll band of all time is in Vancouver this week. Why did you go AC/DC?
Because I was too busy thinking about Phoenix, and then to get downtown, I didn't even look at tickets. I didn't. The buddies that would have gone with me, I haven't talked to, and well, I just got back, so I didn't want to. I just want to go golf and relax and have some beers and not do another event, I guess.
You need to relax after your 3-week trips.
I know.
Usually you dry out for a few days.
I did.
But you're back in the season, you're golfing, and
no,
I think the future son-in-law, he might be a bad influence on you. He's cracking the beers first thing. I don't think you need additional encouragement to bring the bottle.
No, we could probably say that you and I are professionals at that type of thing.
We are professionals at this.
Yeah, and no, he was good. Like I seriously didn't talk.
I hope it works out.
Yeah, I seriously didn't talk to him all that much and before we went on the trip, and he was good. Like he even paid for one round for me because we paid for pretty much everything.
Oh, you flew him down, you put him up for 3 weeks. So he seems like a good kid. He's the right
He was only there for a week, but
okay.
My daughter and him, they got money. Like I don't need to be spending money on everybody. I'm not,
I found that out at the Chalked Up Martini Bar in Vegas.
Yeah. I'm nice, but I know when to grab the bill.
That's my pal.
Yeah.
Great time of year for sports.
Yeah.
NFL draft is tonight. NHL NBA playoffs kicked off this week. Let's do a quick walkthrough of the first round. Action resumes tonight with a few games.
You talking about football or hockey?
Hockey. The Battle of Florida going on as we speak right now. Panthers and Lightning. But first, let's go in the West. Winnipeg leads St. Louis. Tough matchup for the Blues. Winnipeg should win it. They're up 2-0. I think we're in agreement. Winnipeg's going to go very far this year.
I thought if St. Louis would have taken game one when they were pounding bodies, and I don't watch hockey, of course, Billy. So they were pounding bodies and they came out on the short end. That was too bad. I kind of want to see a Canadian team win, but I would rather have it be the Oilers. Anyway,
Series shifts back now to St. Louis, a must-win game 3. Here's another very good first-round matchup. Dallas, Colorado. Dallas up 2-1.
Two very talented teams. Unfortunately, they have to play each other every year.
That's a shame. One of them's going to go home.
Yeah.
Vegas, Minnesota, they're tied at 1.
Haven't even watched 1 second of that series. Just bad time for me.
The Golden Knights, they find ways to win. They manufacture. Now, here's a surprise. We talked about it throughout the season. The Kings lead Edmonton 2-0. And we've talked about it before. I don't think this is the same Edmonton team that went to the finals last year. They're going to have to go through that Dallas, Colorado winner. You have Winnipeg. So that one's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. Let's shift to the East. Your favorite and mine, the shit Maple Leafs, taking 2-0 over Ottawa.
Is that Clint?
This is your disappointed Leaf fan when they get knocked out in round 2, which will most likely happen. But no rings, no cups since 1967.
Yeah.
Here's the exciting one. I'm a Panther fan, obviously. Panthers up 1-0. It's become a great rivalry statewide. They're in Tampa tonight. So if we can go up 2-0, bring that series back to Sunrise, Florida for game 3, I'm very happy there. A good improved Montreal team, I think they're going to have a very hard time with Washington. Capitals up 2-0. Clint Bell, big Washington Capital fan. And then the last one, Carolina leading Jersey 2-0. I think Rob Brindamore is just a great coach.
That's unbelievable. They're there every year. But let's get back to Montreal, Washington. like Clint,
Yes.
Jessica's brother.
Yes.
I think they have the best team, and the only team I think that's going to beat Washington if they play to their and the goalie plays well could be Vegas. And I think it's a Washington Vegas. Although I would want to see a Canadian team in there, but I don't think it's going to happen. The Oilers are in tough.
It will not be Ottawa. It will not be Montreal. It will not be Tampa.
No.
It could be Winnipeg. It still could be Edmonton.
Have you guys ever done this? A makeshift cooler?
Oh, look at this. Old Milwaukee's tonight.
That's $1. That's $1 bowl from Walmart that I just thought I needed a beer. Again, because I just ran right from the golf course to here. To
probably knocked down 8 to 10 beers on the course.
No, I have 3
beers with a Caesar.
No, 3 beers on the course max. I don't have a beer until the 10th hole or whatever. Yeah, I take it easy because I was playing so freaking good today. Like I had to.
You're kicking ass, man. You're breaking 80.
Had to focus. Had to focus. Okay, so that's hockey. Football. Don't know shit about what's going on.
Draft tonight. I could care less.
No, okay, good. Next.
Televised. Some little tidbits in the news. We'll mix it up a little bit. James Hardy Senior Tour Invitational a couple weeks ago in Boca Raton. My good buddy, former Gator, former Dolphin, Hall of Famer, the great Matt Moore. Got a chance to catch up with him. That was at the old course at Broken Sound in Boca Raton a couple weeks back. Matt, a great guy. See me there. Rory McIlroy, while you were in Arizona, he wins the Masters, completes the Grand Slam. First time since Tiger in 2000. Joins an illustrious list of 6. My Florida Gators, men's NCAA basketball champions. Now, they trailed their last 4 games, mind you, and came back to win each time. UConn, they trailed by 3 with 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Texas Tech, they trailed by 9 with 3 minutes and 14 seconds to go. Auburn, they trailed by 8 at halftime. Stick it, you know where, Charles Barkley. Go Gators. And then in Houston, the finals, they trailed by 12 with 16:24 to go. Wonderful coaching job by Brad Golden. Go Gators. I was in Chicago, as I mentioned, a couple weeks back. Caught a couple Cub games at Wrigley. Brutally cold. The great Jack Black at Wrigley. Huge Cub fan. He's doing a bunch of local club shows over the past week. You see him right there.
Yeah.
So he might be on my next top 5 list. One of our favorite features now, you synonymous with fighting in your day, but we will bring back the Thursday night at the fights and welcome your expert commentary. Picked out 3 of them here. First one, your friend and mine, Joey Koser.
Oh, God.
From Mike Eagles. Clint, cue it up.
He's fighting Mike Eagles?
Yes.
No, that's not kosher.
That's a blue.
Yeah.
Now,
that's like Bissonnette and somebody else.
Yeah, what is that? It's a different. That's the Blues, and
that's Arizona and Tampa.
That's an island.
That was
an island there. Who's
Islanders in LA? Clint's
Bissonnette.
These are all Bissonnette fights.
Yeah. Flyers here. He's doing his color commentary, but we still get some fisticuffs. We should have seen Coaster and Eagles. As they call him in Toronto, Berube, as the Leaf fans call him. Do we still have that one, Clint? Berube. Idomi. Here we go.
Look at him. He looks like he wants to kill somebody.
This was a tough guy, but here he's on Calgary. So right off the bat, drops the gloves, post Flyers
with Domi.
Here's Domi, who you gotta like. He's a little guy like you, but scrappy. Spin around a little bit.
The thing with Domi, though, you could punch him 14 times, and look at he just He knocks his helmet off,
The
and
helmet
he just
comes
keeps
off,
going
but I
back.
never see him. He's never disfigured. Tough guy.
He's unfazed. He's unfazed. There's something wrong with him. And Berube was crazy
Berube's
tough
a big
too.
guy.
Yeah, you got to stay away from those guys.
No,
you got to stay away from those guys.
Look at him. Oh, now Berube, the helmet's still on, but spinning around, he got him down. Got to give him credit. Last one, we go back to a former Memorial Cup. The great Bob Probert, rest in peace, versus Kenny Baumgartner. Now look at this one.
Domi didn't lose.
They go into the. This is Probert and Baumgartner in the box. Even back then, Probert, the jersey would always come off him. Look at the referee there. Look at this. Look at him, McPhee, your buddy. General manager of the Golden Knights, your buddy Larry Melnyk's friend, who did not get us the tickets when we were in Vegas.
Yeah, we didn't push that, but George would have done something if I would have called him. We can still go. Hey,
still going on. Wait, pointing a finger at him. Nay.
We can still go back.
Look at that.
Nay.
Slapshot. Nay. Look, typical Probert. Pads on, jersey. He's probably 21 here. Old school hockey. It's always fun. We love it. We did a nice little piece with AC/DC, which did very, very well in response to our fans. Now I'm going to ask you, Lawrence Joseph Melnyk, what are your 5 favorite movies of all time?
So while I'm on the golf course and you hit me with that at 10 o'clock this morning, I could only come up with 3. But I think Shawshank Redemption is number 1 with, what's his name?
Morgan Freeman.
That's what I said, Morgan Freeman. And then Braveheart with Mel Gibson is number 2. And then, of course, got to be Slapshot is number 3. I've watched those 3 multiple, like 20, 30 times each at least. If you go next, I'll try and think of 4 and 5.
I would just say Grease and Grease 2, the sequel for you.
Are you kidding me?
Not my favorites. Yours. Here mine. Godfather 1.
Oh yeah.
Godfather 2. Raging Bull. We are in agreement. This hasn't been rehearsed. Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
The top 5. And one of my go-tos always, Scarface.
Yeah. So you like when people,
and
you like when people are getting killed. That's the problem.
Great movie. I do love Slapshot. I'll always watch that. The great Stephen Bauer here, Manolo, Miami's very own. Saw him recently in a suite. Great guy. Let's move forward. Our favorite feature, Clint. Cue it up. Larry being escorted to the penalty box here. What the fuck? The anger, venom that was spewing out of that mouth that night against the Penguins rarely is to be seen. Unless it's on a local golf course where he might be pissed.
Just real quick, I'm going to do my 4 movies because I did have some because you guys missed some. You guys missed some good ones.
No.
What about Back to the Future?
Good.
Back to the Future. That's a great one. The original Halloween, a great one. Billy Madison, a great one. Forrest Gump, a great one.
Forrest Gump, great movie.
Happy Gilmore. Yeah,
I can almost name every Adam Sandler movie should be on this list.
So are we doing grievances?
The comedic genre.
Are we doing grievances now?
Yep. Sorry. Go ahead.
No.
You seem pretty relaxed. So, any new grievances since we spoke?
Well, no. Well, there's always a grievance. So, I'm sitting at the 3-card poker table. What's that? What's Billy's
Billy time again? Animal House.
No, absolutely, Billy. Yeah, Animal House is outstanding. So I'm sitting at the 3-card poker in at Wild Horse Pass, about 20 minutes from us in Arizona, and I'm sitting with my cousin. We're playing. He puts down $300. I put down a couple of $100. We're playing, $10-20 a hand. And I'm sitting and I always sit on the end. My cousin's sitting on the end. And I'm sitting beside this freaking geek. I'm like a skinny little glasses geek. And every time I win a hand, he's giving me this, he's giving me the high five and shit. But he's also tapping my fucking arm all the time. Good job. Good. I should have grabbed the little prick and say, "Don't fucking touch me anymore."
Nay.
Yeah. So let's go forward. He's asking. So we're drinking a lot, and you had to go upstairs to get the Coors Banquet. So the wives, my wife and my cousin's wife, would go up. Mel and Rochelle, my wives, would go up and get the Coors Banquet. But he's asking them now to go get him a beer.
What is that?
And they said, my wife, she said, "No, what's wrong with you?" So then now, pardon?
What is he trying to be buddies with you?
Yeah, fucking like he was by himself, and then we sat down. There's 3 at the table.
But did he recognize you?
No, the guy was just an irritant. He was a guy that he's like a little bug you just want to fucking squash.
I'm surprised.
Eventually, so. He asked my wife or Mel to, can you put the garbage away? Like, can you take my garbage? And then I just said, like, come on. Then he started calling me an idiot. Oh, fuck.
Nay.
He started calling me an idiot. I stood up and I said, "You get the fuck out of my face right now." And the dealer starts. Then the security guy starts. He's got his buddies in the back. I'm 6 feet. I don't give a shit what happens. I don't want to go to jail in the States. No. And my cousin is 6'2". He doesn't give a shit. His dad was a cop, and we got him kicked out, but he got kicked out to the back table. So that's a grievance. Great night. But the guy's just, he has to fucking yip,
When you have an asshole like that.
Why do you have to yip?
There's no reason for it. You're on vacation. You're in a casino. You're playing. The last thing you need is some fucking moron like that.
And he just has this freaking.
He was trying to touch you and slap you a little bit.
Well, no, he's hey, high five. So I won $200. He was losing. He under his breath, he's saying F from this and F from that. And I said, just go away.
Yeah, go to another table.
Go somewhere else, you little puke. Anyways, your turn.
You have another one?
Oh, well, yes, I do. Sure. So I think we've touched on, girls and hockey players, and we did okay in the day. We have we have nice looking wives. We're a taller guy than a Lawrence Podwell, so he has got to look for shorter girls. But the case in Canada, there's a big court case with 5 prominent ex-hockey players. Now this has ruined their lives, as far as I'm concerned. They're in court in Ontario. After the junior championships, they brought a girl. One guy supposedly brought a girl to his room, and 10 guys showed up. And how stupid can you be? And that's the top of that. That's what TSN is talking about in Canada right now. And
that's newsworthy. And they're finished.
It's unfortunate that guys are so stupid.
Well, today with social media, there's no anonymity. Back in the day, you would go down with Krushelnicki down Route 1 in Lynn, Mass. You'd go into strip clubs. You'd drink. Do whatever you wanted. Nobody would say anything. If you got arrested, you'd be in the Boston Globe or Herald the next day, and then you'd say 33.
So
and if people the police.
I don't know if I've told this story, but. Let me go. Let me do my soliloquy because I got. Oh shit, we got lots of time. So listen, I'm in my 1978 Grand Prix, burgundy and gray with T-tops, driving into Boston to go to shit, what's the bar down? Anyways, we went Friday or whatever the bars were. We always went to the bars. But I'm coming home at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm literally, just like, but I'm driving.
Larry getting back to the Motel 6. Ooh.
But I'm driving home, and I'm not stupid. I've never been to jail, never did anything stupid. I'm literally 100 feet from my turn in to my condo in Lynn, where I lived, and the cops pulled me over. And they're Boston cops, Saugus or Lynn or whatever that was the area. They throw me in the back of the car.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And I don't know how I got in the back of the car, why I got in the back of the car, but I had jewelry. Like I had a number 33, which is my number, and I had a Boston ring on. And they said, well, what do you do for a living? I said, well, I play for the Bruins. Oh, shit. Get out of the car. We'll drive you. That's the way it was back then, right?
Boston's finest.
Boston's finest. They don't do that shit anymore. So anyways.
No, we did. I got a couple of them. First one, on my flight up to Chicago a couple weeks ago, this obnoxious fat guy was snoring. He was across the aisle from me. He was bugging the shit out of the woman in front of him. Big fat guy snoring loud the entire 2.5-hour flight. What do you do?
Well, you take earplugs, first of all.
Well, I learned my lesson. I got new Beats. I'm never going to fly again without it. He's in the middle. He's with the two people. You would think somebody would say, hey, wake up. You're obnoxious.
Well, he was sleeping, so he wasn't obnoxious. He was just loud.
Snore was obnoxious. It bothered me. It would bother you. It pisses shit out of you. You got rid of the scumbag at the card table quicker than this guy. I had to sit on the flight. There was nothing to do. And you would think somebody would have just given him the elbow. Hey, wake up. Snap out of it.
The guy at the card table was so fucking skinny. I would have grabbed him with one hand and I would have broke his arm. I
would have loved to see that. The old Larry Melnyk, you should have just bitch slapped him right across the side of the head.
But here's the thing. You can't touch people in the States because you got assault. So I didn't. I just stood up and the dealers and the pit boss was there. Then all of a sudden security says, I started F-bomb him and I said, get him out of here. Get him out of here now. So that's what happened. So let me
ask Michelle to take his trash up. That's a little.
Yeah. Are you done? Crazy. Are you done with the grievances?
One little one. It happened about a week ago. I'm in the parking lot going to the gym. Me and you, again, we're in agreement. We don't park close to other cars. Right? Nay. Park all the way at the end of the parking lot. I'm 2 cars away from a nice Porsche. There's 8 empty spots to my left. There's 2 in between with the Porsche. This asshole, I'm opening up the passenger door. I'm getting my gym bag out. The guy wants to drive in between the 2 cars. And he's sort of motioning me, moving on. Nay. This is not a fucking through lane. Go around here. He's trying to go in between the 2 cars. I'm just standing there. So I pulled the Melnyk. I'm not moving. Go around. Go this way, go that way. You got 8 spots, one direction, 6 the other. For whatever reason, he thinks he's going to cut through, and I wouldn't allow him.
Yeah.
These are the idiots that you see down here.
So down in Phoenix, I had my brother's Toyota Highlander, huge freaking vehicle. And even before I get there, I'm worried because I'm driving my brother's car. And he says, Larry, you be careful. You park that thing like you'd park your car. And I said, Paul, I will. And I did. And what I was also worried about was we've got Saskatchewan plates. So we got Canada plates on that car. So if we're driving and all of a sudden, and I don't think a lot of people in Phoenix know where Saskatchewan is, so it didn't matter, but nothing happened. But we parked, and my wife, obviously, because I'd be having a few drinks at 11 and I'm finishing at 7, she would drive, and we did great. There was no There was no animosity. There was no honking. There was no bullshit with Canadian plates. The Americans,
there shouldn't be.
But you never know. You get one guy that, Canadians are assholes, but it was an outstanding trip, and it's because I love the Americans. Like New York people, Boston people, Vegas people, you name it, good people. You're gonna get one or two, bad apples, but in general, it's
more than that. But
pretty good.
I personally think the Canadians are very friendly.
Well, we're the best, except we have a lot of assholes, which I don't like. No. Anyways, so I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna throw, because I think we're gonna get last call here pretty soon. So in 2015, and so everybody that's watching the show, the people in Australia and Japan and everywhere, Lawrence Podwell, who is a New Yorker, goes down to Florida, lives there now. I don't know exactly why, but I don't care. He's down in Florida.
I don't like winters.
He doesn't like winter. Okay, that's the reason. So
I'm one of them, I came here for a career in broadcasting. I stayed. I could play golf 12 months a year. I don't like the brutal heat, but I don't miss the cold weather like I had in Chicago last week.
But your heart is in New York.
Yes.
You love New York. So
I love New York that I remember.
That's right.
Respect to Billy Kay, Tony, or the people who still live up in New York, Jersey, tri-state area. I go back 2-3 times a year. I like it, but I don't think I'd want to live there now.
Yeah, well, me neither. And I didn't get the choice. I never got my green card. I couldn't live there. They never gave me the opportunity, and I got traded after 2 years. But so anyways, Lawrence Podwell, everybody in the world flies to Florida for a vacation. Lawrence Podwell will fly everywhere else for a vacation. So now, but the question is, so in 2015, there was a band called DNCE, and they made a song called Cake by the Ocean. So my question,
that song.
What's that?
I know that song.
Yeah. So Cake by the Ocean. So my question to you and Clint, Jessica's brother, have you guys had Cake by the Ocean?
Yes.
What kind of cake?
Yeah. Is there a hidden meaning in this? I'm not eating baked cake near the ocean. But if there's like a double entendre, then maybe.
What do you think, Clint? It's a setup.
Nay.
It has a meaning. It has a meaning. And I'm sure most of the people that are watching have done it. It's sex on the ocean.
Oh yeah, I was just looking it up on Google.
Well, you can't do that. That's freaking cheating.
And I can go back further.
So it's sex on the ocean, Lawrence.
In Jones Beach back in 1978. Long before the Florida move, probably also Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Gulf of Mexico, 3 of the 4 major bodies of water. Yes.
Yeah, so now we've talked about, and I think he's going to pull the plug here pretty soon, Lawrence.
You get plenty of time. It's good to see you.
Okay. So I'm going to go. So I go to my brother's place. He's got all these he's got no bars of soap. Okay. I grew up in the 60s. I want a bar of soap. Give me a bar of soap. I'm going to wash my whole body with a bar of soap.
Nice big dot.
I think the stupidest fucking invention I've ever seen is this body wash. I ran out of soap. I went and bought some body wash for some stupid reason. And you're fumbling with the freaking thing, putting squirt. The body wash ends up on the tub.
Oh, you want a nice bar of soap. I have a bar of soap in the shower.
Nothing goes on your freaking body when you have body wash. I hope that everybody showers, once a day or every other day or whatever. So here's another thing now. Pardon?
Sometimes.
Clint has pretty good hygiene.
You should shower. So anyways, but now I'm thinking, okay, so while I'm doing the body wash and it's all over the freaking tub and it's not on my body, I'm thinking, well, now I got to pee. So I have a pee. But then I'm thinking, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm thinking, okay, I'm getting onto something here that Podwell's going to like. So I'm in the shower. I'm putting this a little bit of the body wash on. I'm thinking, okay, so we pee in the shower. We use the stupid body wash, but and this is a skill testing question. If your significant other, so if Carrie or Dawn or whatever, sorry, I forgot your wife's name, Carrie, or my wife is in the shower and you're showering 2 at a time, do you actually save water? Do you save time?
Well, no.
If you have 2 shower heads,
it would be a longer shower.
Would it be a longer shower?
It's just like with you. If you have 1 huge beer, it's still 1 beer. If you have 3 cans of beer, it's 3 cans. It's 3 beers. But if we're in the shower together, it would be a longer shower. If I'm in and out of there,
you're doing cake.
Cake is good.
You're doing cake.
Cake is good. Well, you know,
shower. That's what you're doing. Anyways,
I like action.
That's what I'm thinking. Here we go.
Clint's pulling the plug. You still have your big calendar?
Of course.
Now, Clint and I came to a conclusion now, and we think you should have a personal assistant. So apparently you're doing some interviewing. Now, here's a young lady who's applying for the position of...
Is it a blow-up doll?
No, it's real. But she was first on the list interviewing for the Larry Melnyk personal assistant position.
Nay, 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 nay.
Nay.
Oh.
What would Rochelle have to say about that? Look at this. Bring her in.
I don't think she'd like it.
You got to get 12 beers a day.
I don't think she...
You got to make a little beaver rub.
Yeah.
Now, also, you failed to mention our listeners, United Kingdom, Germany, Japan. I should say, have a huge following in Italy. Couple nice ladies making a little gnocchi.
Is that pasta?
Alley going, Viva la Melnyk.
Yeah.
I
thought the Italians were skinny.
They love Larry Melnyk.
Thank you.
Yes,
excellent. Billy.
He's
awesome.
Gonna take the glasses off.
I think he was talking about these ladies.
Oh, come on. Larry Melnyk is a beloved, look at that. He's having a nice bottle of beer. They're making their gnocchi. Great.
Is Billy talking about these ladies?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Any cake there, Lawrence?
You're picking up.
That's like a wedding cake.
Larry looks like Roy Orbison tonight.
I'm matching.
It's
actually.
Oh, God. Oh, look at this. He's all clean shaven. The back is clean. Look at a little hot tub at Paul Melnyk's house. Look at this.
Do I have a chain around my neck?
33 on that is in the backseat of Boston's finest police car.
That's a true story.
Oh, here we go. I'm flying home from Vegas after a few days with you.
Jeez.
You look happy.
I was tanked.
That's at 7 in the morning. Clint, that's 7 in the morning.
I had 2 bloodies en route to the airport, and I think I switched over here. I think that might be a Jameson. So 5-hour flight back to Atlanta to connect to get back to Florida. And you're right, I got to be a lunatic to leave Florida, but that trip was special to see you for your birthday.
Yeah, no, that was a good trip.
That was a lot of fun.
We're going to have some good trips, but we're going to have to meet in between.
All right, I'll meet you. I know you don't. I don't really like to fly either. Here it's not a pleasant experience. It's crowded. You got people who should be on a Greyhound bus who are lugging all their big bags, sticking it in the overhead. So if you don't get an early seat assignment boarding, those overheads are packed. It's not glamorous anymore.
No, we have to. I just want to get in my convertible with the hair flowing and just drive. Do 100 and whatever, 90 miles an hour.
Weather's getting nice. Convertible Mazda back on the road.
Yep, she's on. She's on the road. So
Wonderful.
All right.
All
right.
We are nailing it. Over 50,000 combined views on all platforms since our launch in August. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the Larrys. On a sad note, rest in peace, Steve McMichael, beloved member of the 1985 Super Bowl Bears. Long battle with ALS. Joins Walter Payton at the big touchdown in the sky. But long battle, good guy, ferocious player. And let's watch our playoffs. We'll be back soon. Larry Melnyk back in Canada.
Yep.
Here he is, finally. It took him 45 minutes to come on board. The great Anthony Long. Thank you, Billy K. Great show.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Peace Mongo, that's him. Closing comments?
See you in a couple of weeks.
You got it. Clint?